5, 4, 3, 2, 1, fire.
We find wrestling, one promotion, one event, one match at a time. We are the Indie Wrestling Experience with Bob and John. I am Bob. John, what is up?
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Bob, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing all right, man, except, we're supposed to have Sampson on the show later, and
Oh, oh,
I,
PTSD coming in, incoming, forthcoming. Whew.
I don't know what to, this will be the first time we've had Sampson on the show since the meaty finger of doom hung up on us mid-interview. But
Man, it's I still see that in my nightmares, man. It's I am hoping he's in a good mood.
God, me too. On that note, he didn't look to be in a great mood during his match at RPW with Garrison Creed. You got to watch that?
Yeah, it was that was a hard hitting match, man. Garrison, he's no joke,
Mm-mm.
and man, he seemed found a way, whatever we want to call it, to pull one out. New RPW champ. What? Congratulations.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But out of the I'd say 9 of the 12 minutes of that match, Garrison Creed was Ricky Morton. So I mean, Sampson
Oh,
was
he was
demolishing him.
he was being absolutely wrecked. And that, listen, again, Garrison Creed, if you don't know him and you haven't seen him, check him out.
So good.
He is not a little man, and he is very, very good. And Sampson didn't just dominate him. Sampson made him just look insignificant.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, listen, at the end of the day, this is what champs do, right?
Right.
Champions find a way. They persevere and they find a way, and that's exactly what Garrison Creed did.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Like you said, Sampson made him look like a non-and well, Garrison made himself. I mean, the selling was off the charts.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, yeah, we're talking, the match type, but yes, as
Yeah,
far as the performance,
right.
he absolutely, absolutely played his part in that and did an amazing job. It was phenomenal to watch.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say was that for 9 minutes of that match, Garrison Creed was being destroyed essentially on screen.
Yes.
And then, did you expect a corkscrew moonsault?
No, not from a man that
From
size.
Garrison Creed's a big
Not,
boy.
listen, everything I've seen from Garrison, I mean, he's got a power base, right? Everything is power moves, and
Mm-hmm.
dude, it blew my mind. And not only did it blow my mind, the move, the proficiency with which it was done, right? I
Right.
mean, it looked smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and at the end, he went halfway across or 3/4 of the way across the ring to hit that the splash that put Sampson away. Those two guys
Yeah.
deserve flowers for that match. They did a great job. It
Yes, it was.
felt like a big deal.
Yes, it did,
Yeah.
and especially kind of coming together last minute like it had to. Dude, it was awesome. That crowd at RPW was lit. I don't know what they thought they were getting versus what they got, but I tell you what, they were extremely happy with what they ended up getting, which was a top-notch, over-the-top championship match, man.
Yeah. Yeah, very good. And speaking of RPW Redemption, before we get to Sampson, Rich Buchholtz is back with a lot of stories to tell, man. So much stuff is going on at RPW with the Savage Seduction um, invasion, I guess you want to call it, and
Mm.
the big reveal right after Sampson's match that, in fact, Kaci Lennox is
Oh,
the third man, but here the second lady. To be a member of Savage Seduction. And the Jordan Blu and Kaci Lennox have now taken over the company. They say they have Rich's credit cards and they are ready to. Rich has been kicked out. And Rich is going to come on the show here. And he's not only going to tell
yeah,
us
RP.
how RPW is being invaded and all the things that are happening to him, which, by the way, he took quite a little nut shot from Kaci Lennox during that segment.
Yes, he did. We got to check on our buddy.
Oh my God. But on top of that, Rich has promised that he's going to give us some behind the scenes. He said we might call it something like RPW Unreal, in the sense
Cool.
that he wants
Cool.
to, now that the Savage Seduction angle has occurred or has been kicked off and the reveal has happened, he's going to let us kind of on the inside of some of that stuff, which I think is really cool.
That's awesome, man.
Um, So yeah, so we're gonna have Rich on to talk about that. Then we'll have Sampson on later, and I think next week. I know we've got one interview set up for next week. We might have two again next week, John. This is people are people are coming on the indie wrestling experience, and they want to tell their stories.
Hey, man, and we like to hear him, and man, we just appreciate that people are willing to talk to us, man. Who'd have ever thought?
I never. And then some of them come back. That's the craziest part to me. Like,
That's what I don't get.
like, once is
I
a
don't know.
once is a mistake, twice is a pattern. Like you can't.
Uh,
But before we get to the interviews, you and I were talking because I just sent you some pics.
oh,
Um,
they were so cool.
Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling. Now, anybody who listens to the show on a regular basis, which I don't know if they're not, but if they, if
Hey, I
anybody
don't know,
listens to,
Bob. Our numbers say that there's somebody doing it.
that's
I don't. I
true.
haven't met them yet, other than one Joyce and Shelly. Other than those two, I don't know. But there's somebody doing it.
It's true, man. It's crazy. But anybody who listens to the show, has heard our IWX Watch This segment. John and I did an IWX Watch This of a Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling weekly TV show. Um,
Yes.
maybe 2 or 3 months ago. That's where we found Mosh Pit, who I really just absolutely love. I haven't seen much of him since. I hope I really like that guy. But they've got a real old school setup. I mean, it's a very
Hmm.
I guess if I want to condense it or be concise, I would say it's a very FTR territory. Like it's very workman. It's very like you got Bob Evans and Preston Quinn and those guys down there that are just it's an old school territory. There aren't many flips.
Yep.
There are hardly any chairs even. Um, it's
No.
just grappling and wrestling and fighting and
It exactly. It's old school chain wrestling. It's got an old like NWA studio show feel to it.
Mhm.
It's awesome, dude. It hits all the nostalgia buttons.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, we see a lot of brands in what we do, and some of them
Hmm.
are managed very well, and some of them less so.
Hmm.
This release, Mid Atlantic Territory Wrestling, a very old school territory, has now decided to have somebody create their own LJN like rubber figures for 8 of their
Yeah.
wrestlers. And if you follow them on social media, or if you go check out Mid Atlantic Territory Wrestling on social media, by the way, this is not an ad. I am just if you listen to the show, I'm the LJN guy for sure. Um, but these things are so cool, and Mid Atlantic Territory Wrestling has been posting photos of the prototypes, the plain white phototypes before they're painted and decorated, and that's where I dork out right there. That's the coolest thing to see this entire process come together. But now in the last couple days, the fully painted figures have come out. Party McFly, um, Preston Quinn, Man of War. The Man of War figure is really cool with the mask.
Oh, yes.
Brian Morris, Wonder Boy, Doug Delicious, both members of XLG, the tag champions. Like, they're neat. They're so neat. And with AEW or we talked about a few months ago with AEW doing LJN like figures as well. There's something about this that's on a comeback. Maybe like everything else from our childhood, maybe this is a nostalgia pop and that's all it is. But I'm wondering, John, is it now easy enough to produce these figures that you're going to see them popping up everywhere?
Yeah, I think, the advent of the 3D printer has made it. I'm not going to say it's easy to do by any stretch of the imagination, but I think it's made it more accessible to do on a uh, on a scale like this for a smaller business, right? Now, I'm sure whether they've got somebody in house that's figured out how to do it, or they found a little, somewhat local company that's producing them for them, which is great. I mean, you and I are big on small business, so if a small business can employ a small business and produce something this awesome, man, people are going to eat this up, dude.
Right. And there's also I'm not into these things for collecting for money and how much they'll be worth one day, but the idea of, if like as a kid, if I still had an original Ultimate Warrior in the box, that would be a pretty cool
Hmm.
thing. I played with all the rest of them, but to have one like
Hmm.
that in the box, new, that not just worth something, but like I got the original one, and it's the Miss Elizabeth that has the skirt, or it's the Terry Funk that actually still has the branding iron. Those are worth something, both to the collector and financially. But
Hmm.
talk about getting, you know, let's see. This is a hard thing to do because LJNs came out before indies really were a thing. But what if instead of the original Hulk Hogan, the very first WWF LJN Hulk Hogan, you had the very first, only locally distributed in Florida, at local shows in Florida, the original Terry Boulder LJN? Like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
and the advent of this being at this level, there may be some companies that, if Mid-Atlantic can do this and sell, enough to make it worthwhile to produce, um, why wouldn't a GCW jump in on that? Why wouldn't our friend Rich? Why wouldn't
mm-hmm,
RPW, if it made financial sense, jump in on that? Our guys up in the UP,
mm-hmm,
if it became something that can do, and you've got a guy that you can market and sell, even if it's locally, um, I think this can gain a lot of traction, man. And this will get a lot of one, it brings a lot of wrestling fans, kids love it, right? But it's also going to bring collectors, and it may bring um, some interest and some eyeballs to your shows and to your product that you're not getting through normal channels, right? Because Bob, you and I both know collectors are rabid, man, and it starts being a thing where these territories these little, smaller promotions have these things. You know as well as I do, you're going to have guys that are going to start collecting and getting, and especially, hey, they're sold out online, but there may be some at the next show. Well, guess what? That show now is going to be inundated with people trying to get that, you know,
yeah,
Terry Boulder. You know what
yep,
I'm saying?
yep,
Because, if you want to attach yourself to a guy, you don't know who's going to become who. Um,
right.
Sky's the limit with this, man. I like where this is going. I like this.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to tell you right now, again, this is no ad, but they've got a customer in me. I'm buying one of those 8 packs the moment they're available. I'm getting all 8 of them. Be, I love the whole, it's all nostalgia to me. It's all nostalgia to me,
Hmm.
but you and I talk about this. I go back to the story of seeing Masha Slamovich in front of 10 people, right? If I'd bought an
Hmm.
Masha Slamovich LJN figure that night,
Hmm.
well, that probably wouldn't work out so
Yep.
well in the long term, but you get my point. Like, she was on NXT 2 years later, and then if things
Yep.
hadn't fallen apart, who knows, Um, but like you said, it's not about money. It's about, dude, I had this when I met her and shook her hand, and you know what I mean? And now it's just a cool thing. It's a connection. I think you were saying it's a connection
Yep. Yep.
to these people as well, to the performers, that you get invested
Yes.
in. And yeah, I can't wait. I would love to have somebody from Mid-Atlantic Territory Wrestling on the show, and this okay, I say toy maker. I'm gonna get in trouble doing that. whatever the company that produces these. I would love to talk to these guys and find out honestly all about that. I may bore some of our listeners with the processes of making toys, but I don't care. Well, hold on, let me see something here real quick. Yeah. All right, Rich is in. All right, let me get Rich Buchholtz on. Welcome back to the show, guys. Look, I know we've had him on. This is 2 shows in a row we've had him on, but he's promised us very good stuff this time. The CEO, well, wait. Maybe not the CEO. We'll let him explain, of Ragin Pro Wrestling, Rich Buchholtz. Rich, welcome back to the show. A lot has gone on since the last time we talked to you.
Yeah, 2 shows
Yeah.
have happened since we talked to us.
You ran them quick succession, man.
The show on Saturday was insane. It probably should have fit like 170 at most, and there was probably about 320.
Wow. Nice.
Rich out here violating fire codes. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Much, all good. So basically, I challenged Jordan Blu to put up or shut up. All the stuff on social media, I was like, put up or shut up. Tell me how you can do better. And I didn't know that she had Kaci in her back pocket.
Yeah, so let's talk about that. So at the end of Redemption is when all of this breaks down, right?
Yep.
And you go to the ring first and you call Jordan out?
Yes. Well, it was like a planned segment, but yeah.
Right. But I mean, was Kaci with you, or when did Kaci come to the ring?
No, so Kaci, nobody knew she was there.
Mm-hmm.
So Kaci was in the limo the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
And she came out after Jordan attacked me.
I gotcha. Okay. All right. Because I saw little clips. I saw she hit you with a low blow. So let me, instead of me piecing it together, you tell me, how does it lay out? Tell me how the whole segment lays out.
Okay, so basically I tell Jordan, Jake Stuffing, Maggie Lee, and Heather Reckless have all used RPW as a stepping stone to advance their careers. What are you going to do to make your career more successful? And I'm like, it's time for you to show me. And playing my bluff, she made it work.
Mm-hmm.
So Kaci and her are Savage Seduction. We did not know that was Kaci behind it. We knew Kaci ran the website. That was about all we knew.
Wow.
What a kicking it chicklets.
In more ways than one.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Rich. Kaci hit him with a low blow. I don't know if you saw that on the clips. It's not good.
I did.
I always say that. I always say that because I forgot to send John some stuff, and I sent it to him late today. So I just want to make sure that I didn't miss any other stuff. Anyway, so they come out, and you're talking about Jordan. You're telling Jordan, step up, show me how you can do better. Does Kaci's music just hit? And then all of a sudden, that's the big surprise in the middle of it, or?
So Kaci's music hits, and originally Kaci is siding with me.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan bailed out of the ring. When I go to like almost confront Jordan, Kaci low blows me.
Right.
Gives me the DDT, the Savage Seduction music hits, and that's where it all goes. And then her and Jordan set me up for the bonsai drop.
Oh God. Not laughing at your pain, Rich, but that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So what happens from here? I mean, was Savage Seduction involved in adrenaline at all?
They pretty much laid low. They just collected their money and laid low.
Well, hey,
That's
listen.
basically what's been going on for about 4 months.
Right. Jeez,
they pick and choose when they want to. They pick and choose when they want to talk.
Right. Mm. So now they're together, and it's funny, John, when just before you got on, Rich and I were messaging back and forth, and I noticed that the RPW Instagram page now says RPW by Savage Seduction. and
Wow.
and
Casey's really putting her hands in it, man.
yeah, so I messaged Rich.
I
He's
guess
like,
so,
he
'cause
said, "What?"
I actually legitimately didn't know about that because like multiple people run the website or run
Wow.
the social media too. So
hmm
so
So
when Bob told me about it, I had no idea about it yet.
I thought he was cave. I thought he was working me. I'm not gonna lie to you, but
No, that was legit. I had no idea that got changed.
oh man. So tell us about. I mean, when we talked last week, you said you wanted to come back on. That you wanted to do some behind the scenes discussions. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so behind the scenes stuff. Basically, we run stuff very similar to how WWE Unreal is,
Hmm.
in the sense of we purposely did not tell anybody that Casey was coming in.
hmm
So like none of the wrestlers or anyone knew that she was going to be there.
hmm
Basically, there was like 7 people that knew.
hmm
So picking people up from the airport was very difficult because only certain people knew that she was coming in.
Right.
Each flight was delayed.
Oh wow.
Casey came in for Detroit, and I don't know if you saw like the video stuff for Detroit. They now have a drive-in airport.
What is that? Wait,
No? Oh.
wait. I'm traveling to Detroit on Thursday, so maybe I should learn about this.
So somebody literally drove into the airport
Oh
on
shit.
Friday the 23rd.
I
Like, I
did
don't
not
know
hear
how you
that.
possibly do that because you'd have to turn in.
hmm
They literally drove into the airport and were right up to the almost the Delta desk. I can send you the clip in a little bit.
Holy shit.
And then Jordan was flying into Minneapolis, and Minneapolis boarded her and then unboarded her, and it was a total cluster because they were 3 hours behind to begin with.
hmm
And then they're like, "Well, Appleton doesn't have a signal. Nobody's responding." I'm like, "Well, that's because it's 1 a.m. and it's a small airport."
Right.
So
That's kind of what happened to me leaving out of Wisconsin last time. So, they were having trouble with signals and something with the plane, and they boarded us. They deboarded us. Yeah, it was a
next time that happens, talk to me because if there's any kind of maintenance issue, you can get Sky Miles.
ah.
I'm a professional.
These are the professional things that I do not know, Bob.
Yeah, man. Rich turned me on to the
Yes.
Sky Miles. I'm all Sky Miled out now. I'm ready to go.
We'll have that conversation off there. um, but yeah, pretty much Sky Miles are the way to go for all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, she was supposed to get in at 9:30 on Friday night. She got in at noon on Saturday.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
So it was extremely stressful trying to get everything set.
hmm
I bet.
How did you get Casey into the?
So
I mean, where did the limo pick them up so that nobody at the scene saw them, or nobody at the show?
so so we had the limo pick them up at the hotel, and then they literally brought the limo back around 7:30. So like they weren't there for anything.
hmm
They just sat in the limo
Mhm.
and 100% kayfabed everybody until their segment.
That's so cool.
So like so
That is so good.
the wrestlers knew it was Casey probably 90 seconds before the fans did.
Oh wow.
And that was on me as far as like I was adamant about I want this to be as real as possible.
No, I love that, man. The tight circle. That's how you keep shit. I mean, nowadays it's really
Well,
hard to keep shit under wraps.
that's how you do storyline right there, Bob.
Yep. Yep. And it's awesome to see. Yeah, I love this stuff, man. Like John and I've been talking about this for weeks, how hard it is to run an angle that means anything on the independents, and you are launching up for one, man. And this is really cool. I think Casey is perfect. I mean, of course, I wondered if it was Casey. John, you wondered if it was Casey at some point, didn't you?
I don't think I wondered about it as much as you did. I kind of thought Casey and Rich were good. Um, I'd sent Bob a picture from, when we were out there, and man, I don't know how close what I tell you, Bob, we were close to disaster and didn't even know it.
That's it. That's right. He did. He sent me the picture. He said we could have been indoctrinated that night if we had stayed. You know what I mean? Like they could have sucked us in. We could have been in that limo.
I'll tell you, it was the way that you did this, Rich, was really cool. Um, Especially in the day and age that we're in now of spoilers, right? Everything's spoiled.
Yeah.
Man, this caught me good. It just did. It was done so well, man. So congrats and kudos.
I mean, basically, the way we do everything is there's very few people that know anything. And is there going to be heat from that and backlash? Probably, because everybody wants to be in the know.
Hmm.
And I'm a big believer in if it doesn't involve you, you don't need to know.
Right. I I can vouch for that statement. Right? We can vouch for that statement, John.
Absolutely,
I mean, that's like I
absolutely.
said, we don't ask, but I mean, Rich has made it very clear there's a small circle of people, and the circle changes each time, like depending on the situation, who knows what, but it's
Hmm.
always tight.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And I got to imagine that's the only way you can pull something like this off.
Oh, 100%. Because if too many people know, it's going to get out. I
Hmm.
mean, like the cryptic posts and all that stuff, like it was legit. There was only one flight that was paid for. The other one
Right.
was Sky Miles.
Right.
So like it wasn't lied about. It was a matter of there was only one legit flight.
Hey,
He
listen,
said,
this
good.
this man over here is a lawyer. He knows wording matters.
Oh,
Hey,
100%.
hey, that document checks out. It is airtight. But so you said, I think we had a conversation a while ago, and you hinted at something with me. You said something about the emotional roller coaster is just starting. Are we at the beginning of it still?
Yes.
Hmm.
See how long it took him to
So
answer that?
basically a lot of stuff that we're doing, we're turning reality into story.
Yes.
So I will give you a background story and you can run with it how you want. Basically, all that stuff with the business seller's permit and the credit card and all that stuff all
Hmm.
has hidden meaning.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Hmm.
So so I basically was able to turn a legit thing that happened
Hmm.
into something that I want to play with in a
Cool.
story.
Wow. Okay. All right. Some more cryptic stuff, but huh. I, I, okay. I'm still trying to process all this stuff, man. I'm just so, like I said, John and I've been talking about it for weeks. I said it
Look,
already. It's hard to do this, and I'm intrigued. So you've
look,
got my attention.
look how much fun. Look at Rich's face. Look how much fun
the
this guy is having right now. Yeah. Dance for me, puppets. Dance.
That's right. The
I love
Cheshire
it.
Cat grin.
I love it.
So basically on December 3rd or 4th, I don't remember which day it was, I got called in my apartment office asking about running an illegal wrestling company through the apartment. I'm like, well, that'd be interesting because I have a seller's permit.
Hmm.
And so that ties into a lot of our storyline.
That's crazy.
Wow.
And and basically I have a meeting on Thursday, I think, where they're checking the apartments and I will be having all that. Oh, like I have the seller's permit by the merchandise as kind of like a haha.
That's that's legit.
Yes.
How do you know how that? I mean, I don't want to get too deep into it if you don't, but I mean, how does that even come to
Yeah, how does I'm not
with whatever you could?
understanding how what you're doing in your home.
It's a long story with it, but somebody's pissed at me, so they try to get me in trouble.
We've talked.
Kind of figured that would have to be something like that.
Yeah, we talked before, Rich. We've hit it a few times before, and like I said, I I guess we've been about before about the actions of other people inside the community, the wrestling community. Are you saying you think that comes from inside or outside the wrestling community?
Outside.
Oh, okay. Well, that sucks. That's a personal issue.
It's like I said, it's one of those things where I made reality into a storyline and kind of having fun with it now. So
That's cool. Hey, look, man, I mean,
basically, when they come check out my apartment on Thursday, they're gonna look and see the sours permit. They're gonna be like, "That son of a bitch is using a real thing in the storyline."
wow. Okay. I, I'm like I'm trying to ask questions now. I'm kind of speechless here. John, you got anything?
I don't. Well, one, I mean, I'm sorry you got a neighbor that's being pissy. That's I've been there, I've done that, not, I've never been accused of running an illegal wrestling operation, but
It is what it is.
wow, man.
It is what it is. Like it's dealt with, so we're good.
Right.
That's good.
And you're turning it into a storyline
I
like any
mean,
good comedian, turn real life stuff into material, right?
at the end of the day, if the person actually admits to doing it, they'd be contradicting themselves. So,
Ugh.
I mean, I have a very good idea.
Yeah, sounds like it. Sounds like it.
So let me ask you this, Rich. What getting back into storyline here, what is management's next move to combat this growing threat? This growing influence by Savage Seduction.
So basically, I will be challenging them to get my company back on March 14th.
Awesome,
Oh,
good for you.
I'm throwing out the challenge now.
Hmm.
They have creative on their own end. I'm throwing out their own challenge. Um, I will pick two wrestlers to challenge them one on one. There'll be two matches.
Okay.
Either one of them loses, I get my company back. If both of them
Ooh.
win, they get to pick what the stipulation is. That's my open challenge.
wow.
So I'm sorry, they picked the stipulation for their matches or for a future match?
They pick the stipulation of what happens if they both win.
If they both win. Okay, okay. Wow, whew,
Could be some high
that's some big
stakes.
boy bet right there. Wow. And I
Man.
like that. I like that you're splitting them up. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let them join forces and get all squirrely on you. I like that. Keep them separated. Keep a little bit more control. Hedge your bets. I like it.
Hmm.
I
So,
have okay.
basically, I'll keep going.
No, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, pretty much anything that I'll go through with matches, I'm only gonna be talking like through my perspective. So,
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
um, going to like the Garrison Creed versus Sampson, we pivoted really quickly because of the Silas situation.
Hmm.
Right.
Um, that was not planned originally,
Uh,
but you got to keep moving.
absolutely. And I'll tell you what, it ended up being a heck of a match. So,
Yeah.
well, I'm sure we're going to talk about that in a little bit, but back to Kaci and Jordan. Um, I know you're not throwing out names. I know you've reserved the right to pick, their opponents. Not asking for names, but you've got somebody in mind, I'm hoping.
I have both their opponents in mind.
Nice.
Hey, John, I just sent you a text because
Decisiveness, Bob.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it on the air. I just want to make sure it was documented. I just sent you a text. Tell me what you think. Tell me. I've already picked who I think it's going to be.
That's exactly who I was thinking.
Yes. That dude, I would go out there for that. So wait, so all right, so are you saying, Rich, you're going to make the challenge on the 14th, and then this will be like an Envision in May or
No,
something, or it'll all happen then?
No, this will happen on March 14th.
Okay.
Wow.
The match will be March 14th.
And remind me
I will
again.
be at ringside.
I was gonna say, is that an adrenaline show or is that a?
No, that's Perseverance.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Go ahead. You were gonna say you'll be.
I will be in the corner of both of the women that are be representing RPW and myself
Nice.
against Savage Seduction.
Wow. Well, you haven't fared too
Hopefully,
well lately. When
hopefully,
the go ahead, what's that?
hopefully I only have to be in one corner and they can just take it out on one and be done.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I was about to say
Get back.
you've not had a whole lot of luck lately being in the ring. Like you've been you've suffered some damage lately in the ring, being near it.
Well, hopefully being on the outside of the ring, I won't have to worry about it.
uh,
Yeah,
you
logic
know,
checks
like
out.
like Rich said, hopefully that first match goes down good. We don't even have to have the second match, and RPW can get back to status quo.
Hopefully. But like I said, I mean, it's a gamble, so every risk has a reward.
Hey, listen, I know Rich is going to come up with something big, but man, right now Jordan and Kaci, they are no joke, Bob. So
Yeah.
I just feel like this one might be a little less sure than I would be comfortable with.
And
I have
listen,
no idea what they're going to pick. They have not told me.
wow. Well, yeah, listen, I'll say this. I mean, John's offering you well wishes, but I had my Savage Seduction shirt on last night. So, I don't know which side of this I'm on yet. I'm reserving the right to I'm not going to put out a graphic that says IWX is Savage Seduction, but I will say I'm reserving. I wanted to ask you a question about the limo. So, where did you park the limo? Was it like as far as where the fans were going?
Right by the door, right by the entrance for the locker.
So everybody that went in the
So
door had to
like it
pass
was
by it.
originally yes. Because the limo left and the limo came back with them. So
Oh wow.
but the limo was there most of the day. So like
Still,
people,
man,
"There's a limo here."
it's piquing interest because I know I'm walking by that limo and I'm trying to
And
maybe I can
you can't see in, you can only see out.
Right.
up the intrigue, Bob.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely. And here's the other thing. So Rich sent me the video or it's a whatever of the Savage Seduction theme song. I sent it to you, John. And
Mm.
I said, check out those two silhouettes and see if we can figure out who it is. And Rich shut that down really, really quickly by telling me not only, well, I'll let Rich say it. Not only is that not Kaci and Jordan.
I don't know who it is. I don't remember what I said.
Oh, sorry. He said, I think one of them's a guy.
Yeah, that's what it looked like to me because I didn't make it, but that's what it looked like to me. I'm like, interesting.
But that was my first bet. I was
Yeah, I
going to
can
analyze
honestly
those
say
silhouettes.
it was yeah, wasn't happening.
Mm-mm.
Well, like I had no idea that Kaci changed her hair color. That threw me off on Saturday.
You legit didn't know.
Kaci's got red hair now,
I think I saw
so
a
I had
picture.
no idea about that.
Yeah, well, they
Yeah,
posted
she's
some.
got to change on her social media. She's got to change on her social media now to red.
Yeah, I was looking at the because the text that the post that just went up 2 hours ago, the It's Official post. Yeah, you can definitely see it.
Yeah.
Damn. Is that Carl? Carl got some great shots there.
Oh yeah, the one with Kaci nutshotting me is right in center. I saw it.
Which is
Try to
harder
hold
to
your
take, the
laughter.
nut shot or the stunner?
I'm wondering about that slap.
That slap is good too. You're right.
None of them felt good. We'll go with that. I was off Sunday and I was recovering the entire day.
Whew. No doubt.
You know what, John? It may have been that slap because didn't you tell me, Rich, that slap was 100% stiff?
Um, the slap on
From
the
Jordan, I mean,
27th was a little weird.
was what?
The 27th in September was a little worse. This
Right,
one was more of this one was more screw you for suspending me.
right.
Mm.
Whew.
So like it was more of a big slap. But she definitely if she's using the bonsai drop as a finisher, I'm scared for whoever she faces because that's a very devastating move.
Yeah, it did not look like it felt very good, Rich. So
Not really.
Hmm.
Not really.
So, I wanted to ask you about because we've got Sampson coming on the show here later. So I wanted to talk about the your new RPW champion for a minute, Garrison Creed.
Yep.
I just got to watch that match earlier. Looked like they put on a really good show, and the fans were really behind Garrison.
They were definitely behind him at that show. We had no idea what to do 100% because there was so much transition in 3 weeks.
hmm
So basically, you're rewriting probably 5 months of storylines.
Hmm.
Wow. No, I'll tell you one thing. I mean, Garrison is put together, man. I mean, he
Hmm.
looked great in there. But whew, that was a challenge.
Yeah, the message I sent to Sampson earlier today, because I just got to watch the match earlier today, was Garrison was selling for you like a motherfucker, man. Like Garrison, Sampson looked like, I mean, every shot, Sampson looked like he was towering over Garrison, and he would wind back and throw those punches, and Garrison would flatten out. Like it was just a
hmm
really good job, I thought.
Hmm. Like I said, that was a really good match. There was a little bit of controversy on what should be the main event.
hmm
And my response was, we've had Savage Seduction stuff for over 3 months. Even though it's a promo, it should be the main event.
Right, I get that.
Um, it's more of a WWE Attitude Era with closing segments with promos, but I'd rather be different than be the same.
Yeah,
That makes sense to me.
I like it. I like the whole thing because I mean there was physicality in the angle, but I mean it's like you said, it's storytelling. And John and I don't want to beat a dead horse here, but John and I are on here talking about storytelling in the indies all the time. And so
hmm
these little details, they all mean something. And it's very
Well,
hard to
like
pull.
you said, but yeah, we've talked about a ton. It's just the indies aren't necessarily conducive to a lot of storytelling and real in-depth storytelling. And Rich is one of you've created one of these havens for it, and it is so cool to watch, man. It is so refreshing to watch, and it's got to be. I can't imagine the mental gymnastics you go through to try to keep it all together with the way that indie performers are in and out and in and out and in and out. Nobody's locked down for that long-term storytelling, and for you to be able to find this throughway, this thread to connect everything has been really, really neat, man.
It's very difficult to do a 6 to 7 month storyline because a lot of people that we use are booked for other big companies like
hmm
AAW, MAW, um, Chicago Style, whatever the case may be.
hmm
So like it's very difficult to make sure that the dates align and everything else.
I
Yeah, it's like I said, it's a testament to what you're being able to do because these stories, like you said, are carrying through so many shows and they're resonating with so many people. Bob and I, it's really blowing our mind, how far a reach this Savage Seduction thing got, and how big it got. Um, and the fact that you guys were able to keep a lid on it for as long as you were until you were ready to pop that cork, and it was great.
Mhm. It's one of those things where it took a lot to be quiet on stuff, and like
hmm
we spent about 3 to 4 months just coming up with stuff.
mhm.
Originally, we weren't even going to debut any of their merchandise until that show.
Oh wow. Okay. That would have
I
been a
pulled,
different
I
angle.
pulled, I pulled everything ahead because I come from retail.
Mm-hmm.
I worked at Kohl's, I worked at Shopko. And obviously your retail time is November, December, Christmas time.
Mm-hmm.
If you can make money on your merchandise, why wouldn't you do it?
Good point.
Absolutely.
So like we got everything early, then just started plugging extremely hard. Obviously, Kaci couldn't do any of it until she was revealed. And that was the hard part.
Mm-hmm. But the cool part was she was doing it the whole time from inside anyway. So it
Right.
was like you just that's the cool part about it was she was inside blaming herself for stuff. I thought that was a cool touch.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, multiple people run social media. So like there's times where if you tell me like I didn't know about this, I'd be like, I didn't know about it either because I wasn't the one that posted.
Right.
Oh man. Hey, I wanted to ask you, Rich. So there were several title changes, or two title changes, I guess.
Yeah.
At
Yep.
Redemption, not just Garrison, but then also Ethan Matthews
Mm.
taking the belt off of JDX, the Rage Warriors Championship.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if what you just said about other commitments and things like that had anything to do with either of these titles.
It definitely does. It's a matter of we don't ask any of our talent to choose us over anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
We basically tell them, do what's best for you.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, I want all of our talent to make it to TV if they're willing and able to.
Mm-hmm.
So if they have an opportunity to work Arya Davari, or I'm not sure who he's working in February at AAW, but like I know for sure he's working Arya Davari in March.
Mm-hmm.
Go
Mm-hmm.
for it.
Right. And so that was, I mean, like you said, you're trying to avoid like Maggie Lee situations again, kind of with belts, right? Is that,
100%.
I know shade on Maggie
I
Lee. That
mean,
was just,
I mean, she just got signed at the right time.
yeah, she never got a chance to defend it just cause, you know?
No, and like I said, I mean, I want them to succeed. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at RPW as the end all be all.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Savage Seduction takes off, like I'm hoping it does, who knows? Maybe another company will want to book them both.
Right.
That's what we're hoping for. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. No, that'd be great, man. And you know, I love when this stuff bleeds over into other companies and gets other people work. It's very cool. I did, like I said, I noticed with the title changes that, it seemed to be going back to a lot of your guys. Oh, I wanted to ask you about and if this is something for off the air, I'll just edit it out. But we had a conversation beforehand, and like I said, I told you I don't ask questions, but the Royal Flava Open Challenge at Redemption,
Hmm.
you said it was going to play into storyline, and it looks like some things got switched up. Is that for a future storyline, or was that how it's supposed to play out with Gen Z?
Um, Royal Flava originally was supposed to face them for March 14th at two out of free falls.
Uh-huh.
We changed it last second because Alex wasn't available.
Oh, I see.
Oh, okay.
So Devo just defended the title by himself.
Ooh.
Right.
And Gen Z took advantage of it, tried to take advantage of a situation.
Right. I mean, you had them booked originally, or at least you advertised them against the Ninja Dragons. Was that always going to be a switch?
Correct. No, that was a switch very late.
Oh, okay. That's what I was trying to
So
figure.
pretty much Joey and Sierra became available
Mm-hmm.
on Thursday night. So Joey reached out to me and asked if he could get booked, and I said, I'll see what I can do. And like, mind you, this I don't know what you guys are dealing with on the East Coast, but in the Midwest, the day of our show was -6 for the high.
Ooh.
That's
So
Oh,
I was without the wind chill. It was ridiculously cold. So I don't know when they're going to post it, but I know for sure that they got limo pictures, and I know for sure that Kaci has limo pictures outside.
oh wow,
wow.
nice.
Like,
Ah, man,
I don't
-6.
understand also have a winter jacket on, let alone
Right.
pose. But yeah, it was terrible on Friday, and it was better on Saturday.
Right. Wow.
I think Friday though, I think it was like -17 without the wind chill, if I remember correctly.
How was the weather this past Saturday for adrenaline?
Not bad. Probably 20s.
Oh
So,
my
so
God.
almost shorts weather
Hey,
compared to what we just had.
20s compared to -17, Bob. I mean, you got almost a 40-degree swing. I mean, I get it. I get what he's saying, but man, those numbers are
Trust me,
mind-boggling.
I can definitely understand from a character standpoint why Jordan slapped me and gave me the bonsai drop, and Kaci nutshot at me and gave me the DDT for flying him into this cold shit.
No kidding.
Well, there's only one official flight.
Makes me wonder what we've been complaining about, right, Bob?
Right, I know
Like,
we're over here with our 20s and
why?
our frozen ice, and
Right. I mean,
we're
I think we had a day where we were 9. So, Rich is like, boo hoo.
oh,
It was, we drew really good for it considering the weather. I think we probably had like 170.
That's crazy. That is so cool. I'm so
Well, 'cause
happy for you, man.
people are like, "Are you going to cancel?" I'm like, "Absolutely not." And they're like, "Why?" I'm like, "Because
Can't,
we lose all of our flights, we lose our hotels, we lose our deposit for the building, everything."
hmm
now that you asking if you were going to close due to the cold.
Yes.
Now I don't know much about the area, but I mean, is that something you guys would even consider?
I would not, just because of all the logistics we have. Was
Right.
there
That
companies that did, were the companies that did cancel? Yes.
really.
Yep.
I know this,
Wow.
John. My
I
kids out in Michigan, they had, I think it was 2 years ago, they had cold so bad that they had canceled school for cold for 9 days because of frozen pipes.
Hmm.
9 days in a row.
I
wow.
mean,
I
'cause
mean,
it was -17 without the wind chill. With the wind chill, it was -39
Oh
degrees.
my
I mean,
God.
Jesus criminy.
That
I
was
mean,
on Friday.
we've been, I mean, what, Bob? We've been like I said, we got down to like 9.
hmm
I know I live here on this river, and I know I had to help a neighbor that has a boat that he didn't get up out of the water. So he's got a chainsaw and he's out, we're cutting chunks out, and it's 8 inches thick is the ice. Now, I know, like Michigan and some of those, northern areas, that's a thing. Here, that's not a thing. 8 inches is ridiculous. And the last I'd heard, and Rich, you probably don't know the area, so it won't mean as much to you, but Bob will know. They were talking about that ice is now reaching down to almost to the Bay Bridge. They're talking
yeah.
about the Chesapeake Bay is freezing over. So I I, I know how uncomfortable I am in this. I can't imagine the numbers that Rich is putting out right now. I can't. I don't even know how you function. I couldn't do it.
I'm working on trying to find it because I sent it to Kaci before she flew in.
Oh,
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
jeez.
I will send it. Send it.
I mean, and Casey's a Baltimore girl, right? So, I
Yep.
mean, it's not like she doesn't know cold, but that's all you guys out there are crazy, Rich.
That's wild.
Well, I mean,
I don't know.
Jordan's West Coast. Like Jordan's lived on the West Coast her whole life.
Right.
Yeah, that.
I mean, but like I said, Casey, I'm sure can tell you about some cold, but he can't tell you about a cold like that. Holy moly. Mother of goodness. I'll tell you.
Well, Rich,
Yeah.
I think you said you got to go in about 10 minutes. I wanted to ask you two things, one related to your company and one not. The first
Okay.
one is a two-part because I was looking at Adrenaline 2,
Yep.
and we'll talk about that as the show approaches more next time. But I saw two names on there that I am just over ready. I mean, I would come out to see this show because you booked David Ali and you booked lovely Miss Larkin.
Okay.
I was so happy to see you book. You hadn't had Miss Larkin out there before, have you?
No, we have not. We it took a very long time to find a woman to come in for the show because everybody's booked for AEW
Oh, the
that
shot in the
that day.
Rumble.
Yep.
Ugh.
So I messaged like 20 different people because I wanted to try and be as close as possible. Like I believe Larkin lives in Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, basically it was very hard to find an opponent because like they didn't want a mixed match, which I get it. We try to have women's matches at Cap Center because that's what they wanted to have.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, okay. I'm looking, I'm like, well, I know Maggie isn't available. She's booked for AEW. I know Heather's not available. She's booked for AEW. But yeah, it was hell trying to find somebody for 221.
Wow.
But I was very happy that was able to make it.
Well, I hope you're not offended, Rich, but John and I love Rumbles, and your show's not going to be broadcast. So we may catch up on that show later and check out that Rumble.
All good. I understand.
Yeah, we got the we got the we theme for the Rumbles. So
Oh man, and AEW does great
sometimes
work, man.
oh yeah, it's and sometimes the Rumbles are good, and sometimes
Like Saturday.
yep.
That was going to be my next question to you, Rich. What'd you think of the Rumble? The Royal Rumble,
I
not
did
the
not see it
AEW.
yet. Yeah, I have not seen it yet.
Wow. Okay. I guess you were running a show last Saturday,
Been too
so
Yeah, I've been too busy.
wow. Okay.
Yep, it was a thing. It was a Rumble.
It happened. Yeah, it definitely was a thing that existed at some point.
The one thing that was a little surprising to me was how much WWE is trying to do face versus face.
Mm-hmm.
That was a little surprising to me. Because like usually they'll tease it, like Roman debating on who he's gonna face,
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and right away it's CM Punk, and it's like, okay, well, I like it for the build up, but like, what do you do with CM Punk for 4 months? Because you pretty much just guaranteed that he's gonna be champion facing Roman Reigns.
Yep. 100%.
Agreed.
And why Roman? I mean, there's this thing, this connection to the Shield 12 years ago is not this deep embedded story that needed to be rehashed and told. And if it did, it was concluded last year.
Dude, for me, it needed to be LA Knight's time. It did. You know, our Hagerstown Heat aside, you know, the dude right now is at the top of his game. He's phenomenal. You know, no pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
And being an older performer, I just kind of felt like it was time, right? It's his time. He's more than earned that spot. I was a little disappointed, and that's my personal bias. You know what I mean? That's who I was rooting for and wanting to see. I think he's more than put in his time, more than a lot of guys have. And yeah, it's still early. I mean, you know, there's a long way to go. So, you know, he's definitely a main event guy, and like I said, it was you and I were texting back and forth. It was just, I am so, you know, the day before I'm so hyped for these things, for the Royal Rumble, and I always, you know, the last 4 or 5 years, I mean, it's really been a letdown. Just poop.
Lauren and I were talking. We video chat during all the shows, and we were talking about the first double Rumble with the first women's Rumble in 2018 and how good the Shinsuke Asuka Rumbles were, man. Like, it's like they've never gotten back to that level since. That was the best.
No, the last one that I super enjoyed, and it was a bit of a stinker, but it was unique. What was it? A couple years ago when Brock, you know, was came in at number one, and man, you were almost halfway through the Rumble before you had more than two guys in the ring.
Right.
And it was plausible and believable, and it was neat, right? Give me something different. Give me, there's so much unique things you can do in those kind of matches, and they just they just seem so formulaic. So
Yeah, the one thing I noticed
I
about it.
miss
Go
the
ahead.
days. I was gonna say I miss the days of not having music. I mean,
that's the other
obviously,
thing. Yes,
Why are these guys
you
posing
know,
on the
go
ramp?
back to- yeah.
Yeah.
and why does everything sound like everybody's interest music now sounds like an app I've got on my phone to create a beat. That's it. There's even my daughter. We went to my daughter's house to watch the Rumble, with old British Greg, um, and even Jesse. My daughter doesn't watch any wrestling. Even Jesse said, this music is terrible.
Mm-hmm.
This is just somebody that's just tuning into the product, once in a blue moon. And if you've got that kind of there's nothing that's grabbing you. I mean, God, that music used to hit, and we were watching and we were having some buffering issues. I couldn't tell you who it was until either the buffering cleared up or they got up to a close up,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know the music. The music doesn't stand out. It used to be, man, you heard, the Warriors music hit before you even saw him come through that ring. You were, Hogan's music, Piper's music, Jake's music
So
back in the day, Stone Cold, that glass breaks. Holy shit. There's nothing anymore. Why, other than cost cutting and WWE's got the money, man. Get a music team back in there. That's when they were the most successful, right?
Yes.
What's up,
the
man?
best era was the Attitude Era, in my opinion, and that's what we're trying to go to.
Mm-hmm.
It's a matter of there's certain stuff you can't do anymore
Mm-hmm. Right.
because of ultra sensitivity,
Right.
and that's the hard part. I mean, I know full well living in Wisconsin, we're probably more red than blue, would be my guess. But I know full well that you're gonna get people that are like, how can women run the wrestling company?
Mm.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
Yeah.
don't get that. And anyone that knows me, the person, not the character, will tell you that I came from a mother that was very big on rights and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like back when I was growing up, women didn't have the rights that they have now, which I'm very glad it's changed. Like my mom couldn't even vote in church back when I was a kid.
Wow. Wow.
Like
Well,
everything was ran through the government.
Right. And listen, you're talking to two guys here. We each have two daughters. We are all about girl power. We're girl power dads for sure. Um, yeah, that kind of thinking is just, it's so outdated at this point. It's what held women's wrestling back. We're not even talking about, all the roles that can be played backstage and otherwise. I mean, just how long it held women's wrestling back. And look at it now.
mm-hmm.
So, I'm definitely glad to see some of this stuff moving forward. I still have some of my old guy moments, the get off my lawn moments, but women's wrestling is not one of them.
No.
I am all for, there's not there's not a job in there that women haven't, started to take over some roles and do a damn good job.
Hell
So, you've got these guys that want to bitch and complain about that, then, it's they're a dying breed at this point. I like to think.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be mixed, and like I know that going in, that you're going to get a reaction. Is it going to be positive? Is it going to be negative? It depends, but at the same point, you're going to get a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
I mean, you raise anybody's ask anybody and have them raise their hand. Hey, we're gonna give you a gimmick that you get to be in a limo. Who's gonna say no to this?
Right.
Not me. Not in negative 17 degrees.
No.
Put me
You
in
know,
the limo,
wouldn't-
I
boss.
wouldn't have come out to do the bit.
Mm-mm.
I'd have stayed in there. Oh my goodness. But yeah, well, I was gonna say something about oh, before I let you go, Rich. We're talking about the Rumble. AJ Styles, where's he going? Is he done?
Um, I will guess that he has at least one or two matches in TNA and probably one or two in New Japan.
Okay, you're going TNA to New Japan. What do you think, John?
Yeah, I'm with Rich. I don't think we see him over in AEW. I think we see, kind of return to the roots, TNA. Um, that's where I want to see him. Um, see him get a little last, short little run. Um, he did such good work in New Japan, and those fans absolutely eat him up. I think he'd like to kind of go and take a lap, so to speak. So I don't think he wants to do, I don't think he wants one of the big, companies. So not that TNA is not big, but you know what I mean.
Right.
Top tier, AEW, WWE. I think he wants to go home, right? I think that's really what he wants to do. He's like the football player, the pitcher, the baseball pitcher, the whatever that wants to retire on the home team.
Right. I'll be honest with you guys.
I am all for it.
I disagree with both of you. I am the last guy to ever say, oh, if someone left WWE, they're going right to AEW. But my personal opinion is this is the Bryan Danielson effect. I think AJ wants to go have all those matches before he's done, just like Bryan did. And I like the TNA New Japan tie-in. My only concern with New Japan is who's left. Like they're all gone.
Yeah.
Evil Takahashi just left this last week. Okada's gone. Tanahashi's retired. Like they're doing a whole. I mean, it's basically like a Saturday Night Live cast reset over in New Japan.
I mean, the problem is that pretty much it's basically the same storyline that we're doing, except it's more legit as far as the people leaving, because like opportunities. I mean, look at they lost Cobb what 6 months ago. Like, I mean, there's so many people that WWE's just going to pick through, and it's not like they're going to give you somebody to replace them. They're going to make you find your own person to replace them.
Right. I mean, we saw that with Hobbs showing up at the Rumble, right? Or now I'm sorry, and that gets me now too, right? Because you're coming in and we're gonna change your name, right? What is it, Royce Lee,
Royce Keys,
something like that, Royce Keys. But what graphic pops up? Powerhouse Hobbs, and then it fades out. Royce Keys. Just go with Royce Keys. Everybody knows who it is, right? Stop this. Just
WWE
stop.
is way too into taking shots at AEW right now. Way too much.
I know.
And it's stupid, childish shit.
Yeah.
It really is. And
it's a good thing. They're like, what's the saying? It's a good thing you're too big to fail, right?
Right. I think you and I have talked about this enough in the last few weeks, but I think that if there's a chance at WWE failing, they're doing a real good job at trying it right now. And maybe that's just I'm sure it's just my personal opinion, but I think that product is in the tank. That Rumble, the last thing I'll say about that Rumble, we were talking about it being so predictable. In years past, we had, you knew guys with angles with each other would probably see each other. But in this Rumble, they were back-to-back numbers almost the entire time. And I'm pointing right at the El Grande Americano 1 and 2. But that was the most blatant example. But there were others. They had EO and then Asuka coming back-to-back, I think. They had, and then Kairi Sane came in 2 later. Like, they weren't even trying to disguise it as random. It was like, okay, angle 1 is numbers 1 through 5. Angle 2 is numbers, and I got bored.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah. Well, Rich, is there anything else going on? anything else you want to say about this Adrenaline 2 coming up in February, or anything else that we haven't covered?
So basically, all the adrenaline shows are 5 matches.
Mm-hmm.
They're a little cheaper because it's only 5 matches.
Okay.
Tickets can go pretty good. It's going to be Brick McCarthy challenging Garrison Creed for the RPW Heavyweight Championship.
Ooh.
Super Z from OVW
Mm-hmm.
coming in. Ethan Matthews for the Rage Warriors Championship. It's going to be the lovely Miss Larkin versus Stacy Shadows for the RPW Women's Championship.
Yes.
It's going to be Yoshi Kai versus what's his name? Drawing blank on his name.
Harris Creed.
Yep, Arias Creed. And then the final match is David Ali versus Ryan Cross.
All right.
So, and then I'll be waiting for a response from Savage Seduction to find out when they are going to either accept or deny it, and what the stipulations are going to be, because they have not told me.
Wow. Okay. All right. So then we'll wrap up on that, man. Rich, thank you so much for joining us, giving us all this inside information on everything you got going on. You know, we're super interested in these stories, and I think you're doing a great job getting all this together and keeping it tight, man. Great work.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you very much for all the work you're putting in, and man, go get your company back, brother.
I'll try. This is the. You guys see it or no?
I can see it.
Oh yeah.
Here's
Nice.
here's the seller's permit.
Hey, looks like a legit store to me.
Absolutely. Oh, that's awesome, man.
So, but
all right, Rich. Well, thank you so much for
have
coming
a good
on, man.
one.
I know you got to get out of here.
Yep.
Yep,
All right, man.
sounds
Try
good.
to stay warm, brother.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Whew. Wow, dude, that was so much information. So many things have happened in the 2 weeks since we've spoken to Rich. And now he throws out an open challenge to Kaci Lennox
Brave
and Jordan
man.
Blu for March.
Mm. He's putting a lot on the line with that, Bob. I mean, that could really backfire on Rich if he's not careful.
Yes.
But we know Rich. Rich is not a dumb man. So Rich has got to have a plan, and he's keeping it close to the vest. But wow, Rich, I'm not sure, buddy.
I am very concerned for Rich. And I agree with you. Rich is a very smart guy. He runs a very successful business. But I am not as optimistic about his chances here in one aspect, and that is I don't think he should be letting Kaci and Jordan pick any stipulations at all. That's going to get him.
It scares me, man. Absolutely scares me.
Right? Oh my gosh, that's going to be crazy. But if he can get his company back, I think it's a pretty good setup if they accept. I mean, it's not one, it's 2 matches. He could have gone the tag team route and had it be 1 match, but no, he's making them go through 2 hurdles. So this stipulation that he is going to put up, there must be some stakes here when we find out, what he thinks he's facing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I mean, those are big stakes for Kaci and Jordan just got control of the company. So for them to offer it back, they're going to ask for something pretty big. I would think. Well, all right. Well, we know Sampson is on. You ready, John?
I am ready.
All right. Bring on Sampson. Whew. All right, here he is. I'm going to be honest with you. Sampson is finally back on the program with us. We have not spoken to Sampson since he got very angry with us in October. And I think John might still be having nightmares about the meaty finger heading towards the screen and then hanging up on us. Sampson, we cool, buddy? Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Are we cool?
Yeah, we're good, guys. I was just kind of at my rope's end with the disrespect between what I was getting with UPW and everywhere else. It seemed like, but we're good to go. Everything's everything's cool, calm, collected. Time has passed. How you guys doing?
Good, man. Good.
Doing good, man. Doing real good.
I know. I know one person who's not doing very good since the last time we spoke to you. That's Romeo Valentino. Holy cow, dude! Like, I thought he was going through
Nobody's
the mat.
still seen that man.
Yeah. Nobody's heard or seen him. Heard from or seen him since. So I probably won't.
How is the new role as UPW general manager or commissioner?
Oh, it's going well. It was going well. Trying to actively reshape the company in a proper image of prestige and bringing in the right type of talent. From top to bottom, trying to kind of making sure the entire promotion has the same professional approach as that I take to my work.
Mm-hmm. And how's that been going since you took over? Are you reshaping things in your image, or how does UPW look?
Yeah,
right
I
now?
think so. I think we had a great show on January 17th in Champion, Michigan. Had some new faces there. I know Marche Rocket and I had a match. I won, of course. We had Atlas Hightower came in and debuted. He had a great match. We had Josie Valentine in her debut against Sierra with UPW. So across the board, bringing in some new faces, mixing it up. More people for the crowd to get behind and cheer for.
Yeah. I was excited about your match with Marche Rocket, and it looked like it was a really, really good one. I was hoping to be able to promote it here as my number 2 power ranker versus my number 6, but then Marche goes and loses his title down in Chicago. But it looked like you whooped him pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good match. He's obviously a top level professional, and that's exactly who I want to bring in for my title matches. I take it very serious, and I'm going to continue to defend the belt against quality opponents as long as I have a say in it. Marche is exactly that. He's a regular with the NWA. He's all over in Chicago, AAW, Windy City Wrestling, a lot of the bigger, more serious promotions he works for. He's been in TNA. He's bigger than I am, so that I did not realize that till I stood next to him. But I was like, oh man, all right, maybe I bit off more than I can chew here. But again, got the job done, so
right,
can't complain.
And I think since the last time we saw you, we know we're not the last time we talked to you, you were telling us about going, I think, to California in November. Is that right?
Yep. Yeah, I went out to California, wrestled for the Afterglow's inaugural show. Had a match with the Anomaly Alex Ace, 7 foot tall, and his manager Christian Rosenberg. It was a charity fundraiser event to raise money for the humane societies in California, try to save some of the animals from being euthanized. I think the event went over well. A handful of animals got adopted.
Oh, cool.
Crowd seemed to love it. Me and Alex, I know I was sore afterwards. I'm sure he was too. From all accounts, it was a pretty good match in my opinion.
Yeah, I don't think I'd seen you take the choke slam before.
No, that was a rough one.
Now you know what everybody else feels like.
Yeah.
That was the one thing with John and I
tell
were
you the hardest
back and
bump
forth
I've
about
taken, though. The hardest bump I've ever taken was that match with Marche with that power slam when I went cross body and he caught me, takes me around, boom. It didn't look bad at all. We landed flat, but I mean, all the air came out of my right lung, and I'm laying there like, oh, I've never knocked the wind out of one lung before.
Oh,
and,
wow.
Get up, get right back to work, and then put the bronchitis on top of it, so it's kind of like a double whammy. But we were good.
And then you go to was it Manitowoc? Where was the Redemption show?
Oh, that was out in Appleton.
Yep. Okay.
Appleton with RPW.
And Garrison.
Okay.
Garrison Creed. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Garrison's great. He ended up victorious in that one, but he cheated, obviously. I mean, there's no way somebody beats me without cheating. But yeah, it was a good time. It was a great show. I think Rich does a really good job there with RPW. I had a good time. all the boys in the locker room. I knew a handful of the guys. I'd worked on shows with them in the past, and even saw some faces I hadn't seen in a while. That was nice. My first time working in the Fox Cities area there, the Appleton, Green Bay area, which I was really excited about because that's honestly the closest market to me outside of UPW is Green Bay, being a 3-hour drive. Appleton about 3 hours and 20 minutes or so. So that was nice. Hopefully, I can get some more work down there.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think you told me I saw a graphic earlier that you've been booked. What is it UWA?
Yeah, so that's a brand new promotion out of Toronto, Canada. It's a all black owned company. They've got some big plans to do some cool things. They're going to put a big highlight on production, big highlight on kind of the face value of the show, and they're trying to book good solid talent. I'll be actually I face Atlas Hightower the 28th of this month in Escanaba, Michigan for UPW for the title. And that's actually I'll be rematching him there in their inaugural heavyweight championship match. So that company, I was the first person that company reached out to about a booking and put me right into the title match.
Wow.
Nice.
And it was based on my ranking through you guys. It was like one of the first things he said to me, being ranked number 2.
Really?
Yep.
Holy shit. All right, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I'm glad it's helping you out. I mean, it's like I said, it's it's good to that's what I mean. I'm not gonna make this about me, but I mean, there's that's what we want to do with the rankings. We want people to see other people. You know what I mean? And so I'm glad that that's actually
the more people that see you guys, the more people see that stuff, and it's the bigger reach you have. It's like the more they see all those names, right? So
right.
And those are all guys that are out there working hard and should be seen, in my opinion.
Just because it sort of happened here in the last couple of days, like I've just seen his name so many times. You mentioned Atlas Hightower. Atlas Hightower is the second person that they posted a graphic on earlier today. He's at your debut. He's working for Rich, I think, at some point. Like all of a sudden, Atlas Hightower seems to be everywhere. Is that what do you know about Atlas Hightower? And have you worked with him before?
Atlas has been around for a while, so it's no surprise to me. I worked with Atlas the first summer I was in the business. I would go down to Detroit and work these taco fests where I could go get 3 or 4 matches in a day. And then, you'd do that over 3 days. It's some good experience. And the first one I worked on, it was like the 3rd or 4th show booking I ever had. And I worked a couple times with him down there. And, as a veteran working with a new guy, a green guy like myself, he was super great. I mean, he made me look good as he could at that point on all accounts. And he's been somebody that's always been willing to give advice, with any type of questions or anything like that. So I always remember that stuff. I always remember those guys that were good. And as I am kind of branching out and things, I make sure that I mention people's names,
Right. That's really cool, man. And
awesome.
I have been, John and I have talked about it. You branching out is like, it's happening. It's noticeable. Like you're all over the place. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. I mean, you're in California. You're working shows in Canada now. Like your radius is expanding so fast.
Yeah, I'm actually coming into like my busiest stretch ever, and I couldn't be happier about it. I had a really shitty 2025 personally, between fallouts with family, hip replacements, my brother dying, divorce, all those sorts of fun things. I knew that 2026 could only get better, right? And I'm sitting here, I'm not shitting you, New Year's Day, and I get my phone rings, and it's a promoter that I worked for in the past, Glenn Riesenberg out of Detroit for Superior Championship Wrestling. And it started right then. And it was like, hey man, we want to book you. We want to book you February 21st. I want to book you for the next 6 shows we have over like the next 8 months.
Wow.
Laid out the plans, some exciting stuff. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm in. And like I said, I'd worked for them in the past about 2 years ago, but I wasn't where I am at now. I wasn't in the shape I'm in now. And all of those things were exciting to him based on him, checking out my videos and seeing stuff on social media. And so that kind of kicked it off. And it's just, a couple times a week hearing from different promoters. I can't take all of them. Some of them are the same dates. Some shows I'm not as interested in, but it starts in a little under 2 weeks with February 15th. I fly out to Houston, and I work for WUW, World Underground Wrestling USA. So that's a Japanese-based promotion that's actually worldwide. They're in the Philippines, they're in Thailand, they're in Australia, they're in Africa. I mean, the guy, the promoter that contacted me, I mean, there's a long list of places that they're involved in. So this show will be seen in all of those countries. And again, I'm booked for a main event title versus title match against Sumite, who is the Native American world champion. That's a title that's been defended literally all over the world in all of those countries. Japan, the Tokyo Dome, that title's been defended in. So I'm pretty excited about that. And I come back the next weekend and I drive to Detroit for the 21st for the SCW show. I will fly out the morning of the 22nd to San Diego, California, for One Ring Circus main event title match against their champion. Come back the following weekend. I'm in Escanaba, Michigan for Hometown Throwdown. Atlas Hightower and myself are going to put on a hell of a show. March 6th, NWA Chicago. I've been told what the plans are, but I'll let that be a surprise for everybody. And a couple weeks after that, I'm booked with Fourth Wall Wrestling in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. And then as far as anything else this year that's on the books is the UWA show. So I'm getting out there. I'm ready to travel. I'm in shape. I'm ready. It's the time couldn't be better. You know, I think the more places I work, obviously, the more work I'm going to get. So.
Absolutely. And you talk about being in shape, man. I sent you a message earlier when I was watching the match. Like that, you look to me, John, you could jump in. You look more lean, quicker, and more agile than I think we've ever seen you in the year that we've known you. And I specifically pointed out when you popped up off that sunset flip, like it was nothing. Like that was like for a guy as big as you, that's pretty impressive. So.
Yeah, well, you know, I haven't always been as big as I was, and but I have always been a hell of an athlete, and going all the way back to my younger years. I mean, I was a 2-time amateur world champion before I graduated high school, as far as with wrestling, and played college football and did MMA and all these things. So I really put a focus on. It's really been a journey of about 2 years, where I saw some pictures after a match, a video, and I'm like, oh my God, I am way out of shape. And I just, in that match itself, I thought I was going to die because I was so out of shape. And I was made a decision then that I had to change things. And I went from about 360 pounds to where I'm now about 258. And
wow. Nice.
When I worked out in November, I was about 285 or so. And then I usually take a break through the holidays. So I really like those from November 16th when I got home till January 17th when UPW had its first show after the holidays. I lost about another 25 pounds or so. Spent almost every day in the gym. Get my cardio up. If I'm not in the gym banging weights, I'm at my secret underground lair, running ropes and working in my ring. So It's like you know, I'll post some gym stuff once in a while, but I'm there every day. I don't post the stuff I do in the ring because I don't want people seeing it. But yeah, I'm always working at it, watching promos, taking notes, thinking about my promos. It's kind of what I eat, sleep, and breathe outside of, you know, the job I have that has to pay the bills right now. So,
yeah, man's a pro, Bob. Man is an absolute professional.
Listen,
I don't, you know, there's a lot of people that put a lot of work into it, but I don't know if there's anybody that puts more into it outside of the ring, outside of the shows than I do currently, at least not this last few months.
No.
I mean, my whole career, really, I put a lot into it, but I've really kind of put the pedal to the metal on this.
Yeah. No, it's obvious. It's obvious, man. It's
obvious. Absolutely it is. I was going to say it absolutely shows.
Yeah.
Yeah, my goal is to be able to hang with anybody, and I've got some stuff coming up. Oh, I forgot to even mention April, the Marquette Mania show, April 25th. You know, that's got some big matches coming up here that I'm definitely going to need to be in shape for. So,
my God, they just kept listing names for Marquette Mania. It was like reveal after reveal after reveal from the UPW Facebook page, man. It was the Powers of Pain, then it was Matt Riddle, then it was Mick Foley, like, and it's Awesome Kong. Is that right? Yeah, and like it's that's a star-studded Marquette Mania, maybe more so than the other three.
Oh yeah, maybe more so than the other three combined, with Leva Bates coming in.
Right.
Obviously, Danny Moe defending her title.
Love Danny Moe.
Yeah, it's gonna be a hell of a show. It's gonna be one for the ages. Definitely. I mean, if you're within driving distance or feel like taking a flight to an amazing show, this would be the one. Mick Foley's on his last, at least he says, his last year of touring. He doesn't do a ton of indie shows, especially, but even a ton of wrestling shows. He sticks more to the conventions and things with his stand-up and stuff. But we had we pitched it to Mick a while back earlier in the year. Excuse me. And he was thinking about it. He knew Mike Shaw really well, and we do the Memorial Mike Shaw Battle Royal. And then Peter B. Beautiful, who works for UPW, approached him in like 5 different cities at like 5 different conventions. Pete just had to was in the area at the time. And finally Mick was like, I've never had somebody come see me in Vegas, in Detroit, in Chicago, in Milwaukee, like getting in front of me. He's like, so yeah, I really can't say no to you guys. I got to come see what it's about.
Awesome.
And then when he was put in touch with Lloyd, and obviously and Lloyd actually reached out to him too. It was hard to actually get a hold of him specifically at first, and Lloyd ended up using Cameo to get a hold of him. Shot him a message on there, and I think he had to pay a couple bucks every time he sent a message, but he started the conversation there, got the contact info, and from there it's been all good. He's ready to go. He's excited for the show. Everyone gets excited about coming up to the Marquette area. It's usually a very beautiful area. I don't know. There will be snow on the ground at this point in time, so it's not going to be that nice, but people just seem to get excited about coming to the UP.
Who was it, John?
Nice.
Was it Tully a couple weeks ago that told us that's when everything wraps up for him? That's the perfect place where he would love to go. Wasn't that Tully?
Yep.
Yeah,
I believe it was.
The UP. That's the spot. When he's done with everything, the UP is the place to be. So,
well, yeah, he's never told that to me, but that's cool.
Yeah. I may be wrong. Maybe I'm speaking out of school. I'll get in trouble, but I thought it was Tully who said that to us a couple weeks ago. And like I said, everybody, like I said, my kids talk their shit about the Upers, but they know how beautiful it is up there too. And the plan right now, John, is for my kids to be with us when we go to Marquette Mania. So I may be flying into Detroit, picking them up and driving up to the UP and meeting you guys up there, but we'll see how that plays out.
Cool. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man.
Yeah. We haven't traveled in a while, John. The weather's going to be warmer again. It might be up to, single digits on the positive side in Michigan by then.
Well, it's April 25th. So there's, we're probably going to see, it could be anywhere from the 30s to the low 50s, but chances are there's still going to be snow on the ground unless we get some sort of crazy warm April or something like that. But generally, when it gets really nice, it starts getting really nice as the middle of May to the end of May. We can usually expect one decent snowstorm in May. Haven't had it the last couple of years. But with Marquette Mania, the first time we did it was April 23rd or something like that in the first year. And we had a really good turnout. And the second year, it was May. It was in May. It was like May 4th, I think. And that we were competing with Northern Michigan University's graduation that day. Mm-hmm. And that's something, we didn't realize when we planned the show. And then last year we made sure it wasn't around that time. We went later in May, and it happened to be probably the first 65-degree Saturday of the year. Mm-hmm. And there was a Gus Macker tournament 20 miles away. So when you're in the UP and you get that weather, people are not going to sit inside. They've been inside for 6, 7, 8, 9 months. So we I feel like, needed to move that date backwards to where there's snow on the ground still, where people are still having that itch, where they even if they're not wrestling fans, there's a big event, screw it, let's go check it out. We've been in the house, so right. Kind of putting some pieces back together here to try to really increase and hopefully fill that place up. You know, Lakeview Arena with the ring and everything set up and what we blocked off for production, it probably still holds about 3,500 people. So
yeah, it's a big building.
Yeah, there's old videos you can find on YouTube from like when the AWA would work there, and it's like standing room only, like packed, you know, like people hanging from the rafters, as they'd say, and it's like we need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
We need to try to somehow get that to happen.
Oh, listen,
So
let me tell you this. I just happened to, I know I'm weird, but listen, so I just happened to be online the day Marquette Mania tickets went on sale, and I happened to see, I just happened upon it like 5 minutes before tickets went on sale. They posted on the UPW page like an hour in advance or 30 minutes or something. Anyway, I happened to catch it. So at 10 o'clock or whenever the tickets actually went on sale, I actually jumped on, and the first row was gone in like 20 minutes.
yeah, we crashed Northern Michigan's website. Like we used NMU's ticket offices for that show. We crashed their site with inside of the first like 4 or 5 minutes, there was only like 4 or 5 seats left, and the site went down. And then when it came back up, there was like 2 left, and then it was gone. Those were gone in a second, and that was all within that first 20 to 30 minutes or whatever it was. I think we're pushing 400 at this point.
Good.
So we've sold more meet and greets than we ever have before too. Obviously, with the names that we have, you know.
Yeah. And it's still 3 months away, which is awesome.
It's an impressive list for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to come out. I mean, like I said, we were already planning to come out. We talked to you numerous times about it, and you know, we'd always had that date sort of circled on our calendar. But then watching these names pop up, it was just it's even more exciting. I said Powers of Pain. Hold on, a big con is going to be there. Madman Fulton, Parker Boudreaux, Mustafa Ali. That's the one I missed. Mustafa Ali is also on that show. Like, wow.
Yep. Yeah, and I don't know if we've announced that one, so I won't say. But Mustafa's going to have a great match. That's going to be. There was 2 guys that a lot of people said last year was the match of the night, and he's working one of them. So
very cool.
Yeah, yep. It's gonna be a good night. I can't wait.
Oh hell yeah!
Plus we have the Mike Shaw Memorial Battle Royal, so you never know what's going to happen there.
How many people in that? 20?
We love a Battle Royal. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, it's kind of this the pre-show thing. We get that underway, and that kind of gets people coming and heading to their seats and whatnot, and then the actual show starts after that when our ring announcer comes out and does the whole hoorah and gets everyone going, and we get right into it.
Yeah, I tell you, it's funny. Just a aside about the Battle Royal going on first. If on the Indie Wrestling Experience website on my About Me or About Us or whatever it is, it talks about the first indie show that I went to, and it was an MCW show, and I had never been to an independent wrestling show. The last wrestling show I had been to before that was probably a WWF show at the Capitol Center in the late 80s. And so then I sat down at this show. The first thing is a Battle Royal, and people are being thrown over the rope and landing like 5 feet from me. And that moment right there was when I fell in love with independent wrestling. I said, holy shit. I used to have to watch this from 100 yards away. And now these guys are crashing at my shoes. You know, like.
Yeah, you can hear the meat smack in the ground when you're that close.
Yeah, and that's one of those things, man. That's what pulled me into independent wrestling is that opening Battle Royal and all the just, like you said, all the carnage, just everybody flying everywhere and it all sort of happening. Even if you're working your way to your seat when it's happening, it's still just a spectacle, you know?
Yep.
So yeah, I definitely get that, and that's cool. So you guys are gonna have a lot of people booked for the show. You also got a lot of guests. I mean, yeah, looking forward to that. Do you guys have a March event?
No, we don't have anything in March.
So it'll be Atlas, and then it'll be a Marquette Mania.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, it'll be Atlas, and then I have a few shows, like I said, myself in there. But yep, the Marquette Mania is the next one.
Right.
But I'm glad I've got, like I said, at least 2 bookings right now in March. Looking to get more. I'm hoping there's a company down south that I'm hoping to get in with, and that would take up like the week in between the NWA and Fourth Wall. So if I can get that done, I'll be ready to go. I'll be ready to go for Market Mania. I'll have plenty of ring time.
Yes.
Very
yes.
cool. This is not a man that you want to trifle with, Bob.
No. No. Yay. I told you, man. John's having
Only
nightmares about that finger.
only getting better. Only getting better. So
That's everything we've seen. It's absolutely true. Truer statement has not been said today. That's for sure.
Yeah,
trying to
man.
make that push, see what I can do with it. It's like I don't see a lot of guys that are my height or my size or build really. It's like you trying to see if I can, even at my age, what I can do.
Right.
No,
Yeah, man.
it's impressive so far, buddy.
It is, man. Have you ever made any, this is just off the top of my head, but just thinking about, we're talking about Japan earlier. Have you made any inroads? Have you thought about Japan? Have you tried to do, I know a lot of the folks are going over there and they love big giants.
Yeah, I know. I would love to. I just I don't really know how. It's like anything else. You kind of need you need a foot in the door, or you need to know somebody. And I know one guy that I know works over there pretty regularly, but I he hasn't there hasn't been any movement there or anything. And I've obviously I've sent things out to different promotions over there, but I don't know who's checking their social medias and whatnot. And
Right.
it's usually someone tells you, like with the NWA, it was like when I worked with Marche afterwards, he was like, hey, you need to get a hold of this guy with the NWA and tell him we just worked.
Right. Yeah, I tell you what, man, John, I may be jumping ahead like 6 or 7 steps on this one, but tell me you wouldn't want to see Sampson show up in Noah to confront Omos.
Right.
Right. Like
Yep.
there's just a lot of I mean, like all the giants do really well there in Japan, and I think there's a lot of opponents, and I would love to see you get out there if that was something you wanted to do. I just, like I said, I see a lot. I guess it's because it's a phenomenon I've noticed recently with covering the independent wrestling, is seeing people get pulled and do tours and then come back and get pulled. Like they just, they're in Japan for 6 weeks and then they're back.
Right.
That's really all I know
No,
about
that's
it.
kind of like that's kind of like, would obviously be one of the higher goals, obviously some of the biggest company, there are a lot of their people they bring in now, they train themselves and get them right out of college and stuff. But some of those other companies, it's like they're in the sites. But really, if I could get over there, and I would like to get to Mexico a little bit too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh man. Those luchadors would not know what hit them.
Yeah, well, I think it would be a lot of fun. I think some of that
I'll
stuff.
tell you what, the contrast, the styles would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what.
Yeah. Plus, I catch those guys, and I can take their ranas and do some front flips for them and stuff like that. So
yes, exactly. But I tell you what, the as we're fantasy booking you, Sampson, I tell you the one thing you mentioned 3 letters earlier in reference to one of your bookings, but in the grand sense, NWA, I think that would be. I mean, if you got into like NWA and on TV with those guys and whatever, like there's a lot of really good opponents there for you too.
yeah, that's definitely something I'm thinking about. I have the opportunity, and I always say that's all you need is just to crack that door a little bit,
right?
And I'll do the rest. So, and that's so excited when I got that message from their booker. So it was like it was one of my goals for 2026 was to get booked there, and it happened before the end of January. So it's kind of like, all right, there's one. Check it off.
Nice.
So,
yeah, well, I'm happy for you, man. I hope all that stuff works out, man. You're obviously making connections, you're impressing people, and I got a feeling with all these title matches, you may not have won the RPW title, but I got a feeling some of these other title matches are the odds are in your favor, my friend. I got a feeling he's gonna be Sampson 2 belts here pretty soon, or maybe even Sampson 3 belts.
I think give me by a few months here. I'm sure I'll have a couple hanging next to that one. We'll see what happens.
Nice.
We'll see what happens. Regardless, though, the Sampson effect is real because everywhere I'm getting booked is for the main event title matches, and everything I've been booked for outside of UPW has been a main event title match, and everything obviously in UPW is a main event title match. So it seems like everywhere I go, that's kind of what people are wanting to see, whether it's UPW, RPW, UWA, the Canadian promotion that's just starting.
Mhm.
The SCW in Detroit is not for a title in February, but it's coming in to kind of reintroduce me to the crowd, and I'm sure I'll be right in that picture because I'm coming there to stay. If they're booking me for 6 months, there's only one thing I
Wow.
want.
Mhm.
So
Wow.
Hey man, the Sampson effect is a very, very real thing, Bob.
it puts
Yeah.
people in the seats. It brings interest.
Yes, it
Uh,
does.
After the RPW show, Rich sent a message. Was super nice. He's like, man, that was one of our best shows ever. I'm like, well, thinking to myself, that Sampson Effect. You put me on the poster. You have one of your best shows ever.
Tell you
So it's
what,
like UPW. Even with you, I've known you guys for about a year. Doing these podcasts semi regularly. I've watched your followers grow almost tenfold, and it's like
Yeah.
the more I come on, the bigger everybody gets all the way around.
I tell you,
It's true.
we're just listen. I'm just lapping up the little, the coattails of the Sampson effect. I'll take it.
Right. So I mean, it says something when you get a message from a guy that's like, you're the first person I've reached out to for this promotion that they're
That is
starting, that they're
awesome.
wanting to put a lot into. So it means something to me. It tells me I'm doing the right thing.
Yep. Absolutely,
I would
man.
say so.
And I tell you what, you talk about the Sampson effect. There was just a moment in that match with Garrison Creed where you knocked him out of the ring, and then you stopped, and you could hear everybody booing and just hissing at you, and you just stopped and smirked and hit like this pose with your arms and like flexed your muscles, and I was like, Jesus Christ, they were so pissed, and he was like, yeah, let me just show him this.
And we've been in the house for an RPW show that was pretty hype, man. And that they were on a different level for that Sampson Creed match, man. I'm telling you, they were hot, boy.
Yeah, it's just you don't see a ton of guys like me out there, so I think
No, you do
it
not.
definitely gets the interest in it. Whether title matches, whether you're winning or you're losing, people wanna see it. They want to see what happens. So, and I feel like also I'm just a much more natural heel. When I came up, I have a plaque hanging at the high school that talks about my wrestling career that says I was a natural villain. And what they're talking about is I was so goddamn good that people booed me all the time because they wanted to see me lose. People would
Right.
come and hope that I would lose a match, and I wouldn't. And I would celebrate that, and I would smile at them, and I would give them the gun, and might be pinning somebody in a headlock and spin to our team photographer, and then smile as I pull it back to stick the shoulders down. It was part of my personality, and I think the more that I get to work heel, the more that's going to come back, and it just. Not that I'm saying naturally a bad guy, but I don't mind a little bit of antagonistic traits, if you will.
Oh, absolutely.
Very nice.
If I was a wrestler, I'd want to be a heel. I know that.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be a very good babyface. Oh,
No,
man.
in your profession, you're not even allowed to be a babyface, so stop it.
Yeah, I'm an attorney, right? So I already have I'm already a heel. I can't. Hey, well, Sampson, listen, is there anything else coming up that you want to plug, or anything else going on that we haven't talked about yet? Or
I'm signed to do a also in March. It's March 29th. In Milwaukee, the Midwest Toy Fest. I'm picked up there to do a signing, so I'll be there all day. Come check it out. Check out some pictures. Take pictures. Get autographs.
okay.
I'll let you hold the belt.
Nice.
Awesome.
So
nice.
But no,
awesome.
other than that, man, just these shows coming up. I'm just going to continue this march of dominance through 2026 to see where I can end up. Like I said, one of the big goals checked off before January's out, and kind of reset some of them for me, and even created some more. And I'm just going to grind till I hit it.
Yeah. Good on you, man. Good on you.
Awesome.
We wish you all the best.
Awesome.
And
absolutely.
We'll be following.
Well, let's Sampson. We started trying this out.
Damn it, he's got one.
Couple weeks ago with some guests, right? We just got some just rapid fire, just random questions, right? Just some fun stuff. And if you'll
Okay.
indulge us, we'd like to. We're gonna call this one some road trip chaos, right? You've been on the road a
Sure.
little bit now, and
Yep.
you've done some trips. So let me ask you, who have you been in the car with, and who always gives you who gives you the we're making great time and just jinxes it, right? Who have you been in there with that always kind of, man, we're doing great, and then you
Well,
know it's coming.
I mean, it'll probably be myself. I travel alone. I don't, I wish I had a group of guys that I could jump in a car
Right.
leave the UP with, but I'm kind of like
You're the lone ranger there.
yeah, I mean, I really am. But I mean, so yeah, I literally, I mean, one trip I took when I was down in Virginia, we drove to a show. I was with Jason,
Uh-huh.
and that's like that's the only show that
Wow.
I've gone to where I have had another worker in the car with me.
Wow.
Wow.
I know
Well,
it's crazy, huh?
that's good to know. I would not have
My finger.
No, sorry, I was getting a call coming through. So
Oh,
PTSD.
no, so I just
PTSD.
We saw the finger.
I was declining a call, but if
Uh,
you guys got other stuff, I mean, any other questions? I'm sure.
yeah, man. Here, I'll give you what it. Let's see. Yeah, I got a whole bunch of them here. What would you think? What is the most embarrassing move that a wrestler can lose to? I mean, what would that be for you? What should you never
Um,
lose to?
Probably a schoolboy or a sunset flip.
Oh, listen, I could not see this man losing to a sunset flip.
Yeah, one of those two, just somewhere someone catches you and rolls you up. I'm too big to get rolled up like that
Oh my goodness.
and not
Oh
kicked
man.
out.
Yeah. All right. Well, then let's see who. See that most of mine. See, I got them set up for guys because dumb. I'm thinking all you guys are traveling together in a car, so all mine are set up for. Oh, all right. Let's see. All right. Sampson, you're already the biggest, baddest man in there, but you can get one power up. You get a power up like a video game. What does Sampson wish he could do?
I mean, I'd love to do a moonsault.
Oh shit.
Ooh.
So give me
Can
some
you-
aerial ability because then that'd be really dangerous. I mean, I'm already a
Holy-
problem.
Holy
But-
crap. Can you imagine that?
Yeah, I look around, climb to the top, and hit something that has a flip or something in it. That'd be kind
Oh,
of crazy.
man.
Awesome.
Whew. Well,
Oh,
that's
man.
listen. That's all I got for you tonight. But I appreciate you indulging us, man. Thank you very much. As like I
Yeah.
said, we're trying this new thing out, and thank you. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, no, thank you. I appreciate you guys always having me on, and keep on keeping on, guys. I'm here whenever you need me, whenever you want to chat. We can get it done.
All right, brother.
Sounds good,
Well,
man.
thank you very
Well,
much,
thanks again, and
stay
we'll
warm
be in
up
touch.
there. And whew,
Yeah.
absolutely.
All right, brother. Good talking to you.
Yep. You
All
guys
right,
have
man.
a good night.
You too. Bye bye. Oh man. Let me tell you something. Sampson is on a roll right now. He is blowing up. And
Mhm.
I wasn't bullshitting, man. Does he not look like incredible shape?
Oh, dude, it's amazing looking at him now. Just like I said, our first real introduction with Sampson was watching that match and before he had his hips done. And while, yeah, freaking absolutely impressive, you could tell he was limited. Man, I'm telling you, I wouldn't be surprised the next match we see, the big match this man has, that he's doing some high level aerial stunts, man.
Oh,
I'm telling you,
right?
it's he's just like he was saying, man. But, I think he was foreshadowing with some of those answers.
And let me tell you something. When he was talking about doing a moonsault, am I the only one that was picturing Donovan Dijak like that? That's what I saw in my head was because that's how big Sampson is.
Yes,
6'8", 6'9", or whatever, 6'10".
Mhm.
And when Donovan Dijak does a moonsault, it's like this long. It's so long.
It takes forever. The revolution takes so long.
And I'm picturing Sampson doing it, and that would be fucking amazing.
Oh, I'm
But
telling you.
I'll say this too. I'm not just trying to blow smoke up Samson's skirt so he doesn't hang up on us again.
Mm.
I mean it when I say we were talking at the very beginning. No, don't do that, John. Stop. I can't handle it. We were talking at the very beginning of the show about the MATW LJN figures. You tell me you wouldn't buy a Sampson.
Yeah, one to play with and one to leave in the package, man. Absolutely.
That's right. I'd have a Sampson and a Tully, and I'd have me a Ghetto Gear Solid.
Man, I'm telling you, it's again back to the LJN like figures, man. There's so many possibilities, and you know what? I might have to start poking around the internet and find, see about, maybe maybe they are 3D printed, man, and we might just have our own little collection. Who out there needs a Bob and John LJN?
That's
besides our moms.
Nobody, just us.
Nobody.
Oh my god.
Okay, it's not even our mom. Let's be honest. It's not even our moms.
All right. Well, first of all, for a fact my dad has no interest in one, right? So that's off the table.
Oh Lord.
My god, a Bob and John LJN. That's ridiculous. Well, look. We're gonna find out more about this. I can promise everyone who is listening, mom, John's mom, anybody else, I can promise you that this conversation about these LJN figures started offline before the show, and I can promise you it's going to continue for a while after the show. That is it. They have piqued our interest. John and I probably from different angles a little bit, but still the same interest, and just both of us are just buzzing right now, I think, with all the possibilities. So
yes, absolutely.
This is where we're going to end it with you guys. Next week, again, we'll have Joe Crow from Spartan Pro Wrestling and a million other
looking
really
forward
cool
to
things.
that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I'm hoping to have another interview next week as well, but I don't want to promise it just yet. Promising young tag team. But if they're with us next week, great. I'll promote it on the socials beforehand. If not, it'll be the week after. But we definitely have Joe Crow next week, and probably some more talk about LJN figures. So we will see you guys then. Thank you for listening to everybody.
Awesome. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one. See you next time.
See ya.